So today we're asking politicization of issues. Are politicians taking advantage? Now, when ordinary Nigerians worry about the cost of food, transport or electricity, many feel that instead of solutions, what they often get is politics. Just look at the recent hike in electricity tariffs. While families struggle to pay their bills, debates in government and across party lines have turned it into a political tool rather than people-centered issue. Or take the farmers and traders in the north who are still counting their losses from bandit attacks and rising food insecurity. Now, rather than addressing these challenges head-on, we hear politicians trading blame over who is responsible. The same can be said of the current minimum wage negotiations. Workers want relief, but the back and forth is often more about political point scoring than easing the hardship of citizens. Now, even issues like flooding, which displaced thousands in states like Kogi and Anambra just weeks ago, are sometimes reduced to political rhetorics instead of emergency action. So today we ask you, our viewers, are politicians taking advantage of our everyday struggles for political gain, and what does this mean for trust in leadership? It's time for you to pick up your phone and share your thoughts on this particular issue. And while you do that, make sure you get yourself a cup of coffee or a hot tea, and then we'll talk about it this morning. Do want to also send us a WhatsApp message. The numbers are displayed on your screen. Hauwa, what do you think about this?
It's a broad issue when it comes to it. There are lots of things that are bedeviling the country, especially when it comes to insecurity, education, and all other things, the cost of living, inflation. The economy is, I would say, the way it is at this point. But when it comes to looking at priorities and tackling issues head on, that is where we get the problem. The problem is that politics has to be infused in every aspect of the development when it comes to Nigeria, and that in itself becomes an anchor for being able to reach that point where the people of Nigeria do actually benefit from what is being done in the country. So with that, attention is being taken away from what is most important to trivial issues that should not even be given a second thought. Absolutely. When it comes to it.
We've had, lots of issues over the years when it comes to, the challenges that Nigerians face and, their citizens. But then when we have leaders, excuse me, when we have leaders, like you rightly said, that don't face the problems head on, seek for solutions rather than shifting blames to the opposition party and, and some other things that are not even meant to be. And it just, shows that, I would always say that it just shows that at first it's always, putting themselves first and not thinking about what really is the main issue and why, Nigerians are not finding it funny when these issues come up. And, sometimes Nigerians will say, is it that, our leaders don't understand the priority of picking, certain things they should put their energy and attention on rather than, just, giving their attention to other things that don't really benefit Nigerians. Hello,
yes,
good morning, Ade. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Hauwa and Maimuna. How are you?
Good morning,
very well,
we're doing fine, thank you.
Please kindly share your thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, sure, definitely. Politicians, they are taking advantage of every Nigerian. Because everything now is politicization, like you said on your screen. So they are taking advantage. And the reason they are doing that is that nobody can challenge them. Those people where they reside their constituency, nobody challenge them. If people can challenge the legislator, do a placard in front of their house, that do the necessary thing we are suffering, maybe they will do something. But the way I'm looking at it now, once we don't give people a peanut, and people will be okay. Even though they are not okay, they are not they can do. And they are living a lavish life, taking care of their own family, bringing them out overseas, all this sort of things. So I don't know the solution to this politics in Nigeria, I don't know. Honestly, that's why we call for parliamentary system. We don't want a presidential system. Because a parliamentary system, everybody belongs, like we operate in UK. So once you are elected, among you will lead. And if you go in above board, they remove it immediately. Our prime minister is facing crisis here now. One Trump left now. It's coming to the house to answer query. So they can remove him easily. He will still be a member of parliament, but he will be prime minister. Somebody else will be picked among the colleagues. To them, they don't need an election. Because the parliamentary system, they are all elected to that house. That's what we need, and it's very cheap. But this presidential system is too expensive. Because our people now, Nigeria is the richest country in Africa. I'm going to say that. A country where they total something billion, $10 million, all this sort of thing we are reading every day. If it happen in Europe, it can't happen. The country will collapse. Because we don't have anything. We have everything. So the politicians are them to develop the citizen and take care of the citizen. They don't. 3 days ago, I was telling TVC 3 days ago that a 14-year-old girl in UK graduated with first class. 14 years. 14. It was on BBC television. And she's of a mixed race. The mother is black, the father is white American. In the UK here. First class. 14 years old. Imagine that should be in Nigeria. Maybe they would have married her. They were dying. So let's be serious and be fear of going out and think of this youth coming, that they are going to take over everything. So the person should think of the day they will not be around anymore. What will be with the money they are acquiring now that they will never finish? Buy property all over the world, then they will not sleep. So no fear of God. That's why I'm saying that I think advantage of us. The only God will rescue Nigeria. Good morning. God bless Nigeria.
Thank you, Adi,
Thank you
for
very much, Adi.
calling in this morning. You know, when you look at leadership is about accountability. Leadership is, accepting that there's a problem, why you look for a solution to, tackle it. Leadership is carrying your people along. Leadership is, looking at that particular problem that is in front of you, that is affecting both you as a leader and also your people, and making sure that at the end of the day, a solution is being found and that issue is resolved. But as a leader, when you now start looking at trying to shift blames, trying to look for holes where you can pin it on someone and not get yourself being accountable, it just shows that in the first instance, you as an individual don't even understand what leadership is. And we have seen this thing happen over time with our leaders, when there's, a particular problem that is so glaring, that is so huge, that is, eating the country and the citizens, they are not, trying to find the possible solutions to it. Rather, they're looking at, how to maneuver the issue and pin it on, someone or their opposition party. We have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning, and thank you for calling in this morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello, good morning, Abasin Kong. Thank you for calling in this morning.
Good morning, Just TV. Good morning, Hauwa this morning, and my lovely sister.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, sincerely speaking, topic for today is a wonderful one. I listened to Ade's sensitivity. He spoke my heart this morning. I so much go with him with every submission he presented this morning. Wonderful comments he made. Yes, if you read the Bible, Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5 to 7, what does it talk about our leader? Yes, the topic for today, it is very clear from all indications from facts available that our leaders, not leaders, our rulers are not doing the right thing. They put themselves first, their family first, everything that concerns them first. And that is why they go about riding in SUV cars, limousine, and assorted classic cars. They don't put the interest of the masses at heart. And if I want to break down what ecclesiastic tells us, what does it make us to understand? It says there is injustice, and that injustice is not only in Nigeria, it is all over the whole world. Rulers, not leaders, what do? They are after themselves, after their family, after their children. They go about doing things that benefit them. They don't do things that benefit others. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that they put stupid people in authority, people that will not give them good ideas, people that are not reasonable. And then the reasonable ones, like the professors, they abandon them. Those in the schools, those professors, they will not use them. They use people that does not have IQ, that will be deceiving them. Please take time, go and read that Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 5, chapter 10, verse 5 to 7. You will see it is downloaded there. That is what our leaders do. They must change from their myopic sense of reasoning. Our rulers, they should become leaders. Thank you this morning, TV. I appreciate you for constant enlightening us, Nigeria. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Abasinkom.
Nigeria.
Thank you, Abasinkom, for calling in. You know, why we, try to air our views and our opinion, and let's kindly, make use of correct words and keep it simple and calm. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts this morning. The phone lines are still open. Kindly call in and share your thoughts. You can also send us a WhatsApp message. We want to hear from you. What is your take on today's topic? We're talking about, politicizing issues in Nigeria when the need arises for our leaders, to look up and take up the responsibility of looking for, the possible solutions and, sort out these issues that we have in our country. Hauwa, do you have something to add to that?
Well, absolutely. We would have to, always understand, especially the leaders here in this country, whatever they're doing, wherever they are, they always have to do things, or they have to serve for the greater good, because at the end of the day, it is beyond them. It is beyond who they are. It is for servitude for the people of Nigeria, and Nigeria at large. Let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
good morning.
Thank you for joining. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Ablayotigo is my name from Katsina.
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Okay, while appreciating your presentation, I would like to contribute as this. Not until Nigeria change its constitution or amend its constitution to deal with the policy makers or those that implement the policy of this country, we will continue to face this problem, because the law of this country as at today is like cobweb. Cobweb is weak for the strong and strong for the weak. The masses are weak before the leaders. And because the constitution or the law in question is not dealing with those at the helm of affairs. For instance, the president of the country or the head of state, as far as the history in this country is concerned, are not being separated. Even after the exit, nobody checks them. They can only give maybe the aid to that past president. And therefore, they can do whatever they like, and nothing happens. So the damages the damage done to the masses is from the head. The head have to, so government have to do something to change the sentiment of our leaders. That is my contribution, because we need to actually concentrate. The people they are putting on the leaders it's all becoming. But let them do the right thing practically, and not to give whatever they like, they do whatever they like, and nobody will take them. That's the reason. Look at other countries. They normally, jail the past president because they are being checkmated. So that's my contribution. Once the head is audit, all the project is also bad.
All right, thank you very much for that. There are lots of things, as I earlier mentioned, that are bedeviling in Nigeria. When it comes to insecurity, we have, the incessant terrorism that's going on in the northeast, in the north, the south, and all around the country. The lack of focus when it comes to tackling it head on, and it was quite, shocking. Previously, I think a week ago or a week and a half ago, when the Zamfara state governor came out and said that it could be, stopped in the span of 2 months. So what happens with that? How has, that been verified that, okay, yes, it could happen, and then what has been done about it? So the issue is when declarations like that do come out, for example, when it comes to insecurity, when it comes to education, when it comes to health and infrastructure as well, it is not about someone coming out and saying, bad or awful things about the government, but then what have you done about it now that your attention has been called to that? Then let's take our next caller. Hello, good morning, and thank you for joining us. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Nigeria. This is Chetima Kudima calling from Maimuna.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in, Chetima. All right.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead with your thoughts.
Well, honestly speaking, if you look at to the left, you look at right. We the subject, we are not helping matters. We are also contributing towards the collapse of the of the political regime. Why did I say so? Because we collect money, we collect mudu of rice, we collect money before we voted them into power. So they turn the thing and become a business, where if they take, they have to make profit out of it. What I'm trying to say here is we should do away with money politics. We look at the credibility. That person that we are going to deserve that seat, was able to deliver for the assignment given to him? Because whoever you voted, you give him an assignment. He becomes a servant. You are servant. You are the master. So you see, but reverse is the case in the politics of Nigeria. When we vote somebody, he becomes a king, we become a slave, which is very, very unfortunate. It's not like that. So our subject, we the voters, we should do our money politics, and we should allow these people to exercise the assignment that we give them. It's very unfortunate. If a politician comes to his constituency, you will see his house has become a mini market where people have been gathering. This will bring his own problem, this will bring his own problem, personal problem for that matter. It's not a constituency problem. So we have to stop from this. You collect money from somebody. How do you expect for him to call him or to account for what he did to you? You don't have that. Because you have already paid. You collected the consideration and you voted for him. So what contract do you expect? He said you are collected. So there is no contract between you and him. That's the fundamental problem that we're having in this country. We have to take our test. We have to change our desire for money before we see a good governance in this country. You can see now there is no security in the country, no good education in the country, no sound health facility. Everything is zero. Why? We have to ask ourselves, and we don't have any right to ask our political officers. Why? Because they pay us. We collected money from them. please and please, gentlemen of Nigeria, we should back to our senses to know who are we going to vote to, and we look at the credibility. And also my advice is we should do away with party politics. We look at the credibility of person. We look at his CV. What was he contributed in the past? How was he relating with the people in the constituency? How was he assisting people at the lower cadre? So that's that sort of person that we want to bring into power, so that we can see change. Thank you so much. May Allah help us together.
All right, thank you very much, Tima, for that. You know, when it comes to identifying and realizing the duty of your position or the position that you vied for as a politician, we have to understand that every aspect of, selfishness, that's for one, every aspect of, understanding the bigger picture needs to be put forth, as well as the understanding that personal issues should not be involved in governance when it comes to it. Make sure you separate politics and governance at the end of the day, even though that it was politics and democracy that brought you to that position. Understand the plight of the people. Be part of the people, because you are part of the people as well.
And then, one other key thing is that, our leaders need to understand that when citizens lose trust in them, it's a different ball game altogether. They need to, understand that the reason why they are there in the first place is not for themselves and, their family, like, Nigerians will always say, but they should understand that they are there for a reason. They are there for the people. They are there to come and solve, the issues that are bedeviling their country. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you. This is Mr. Paul. I'm calling from my calling.
Thank you for calling in this morning.
Thank you for joining in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes, concerning the topic for today, polarization of issues that concern the citizens of Nigeria. It's true, that is what politicians does. Yes, they love taking every advantage against us whenever there is issues, they will abandon it. But when the election is very close, they will be pretending as if they love us, they will be coming to attend to those issues, just for them to take advantage of us, so that we can put them. Like right now in Nigeria, as I'm talking to you, there are more than 100 communities that for more than 5 years they are not elected in their community. And they are living, and the politicians are aware of them. But they will never go there. But when it is time for elections, you will see more than 5 different parties going there with every one of them is going there with transformers. A particular community can have 3-4 transformers to go, just because they want to lure them to vote for them. And after the voting, maybe they will not even complete the point of the electricity, they will forget about another 4 years. That is what they do in Nigeria. It's very bad. When we go to our health sector, they will tell you everything that we needed is in Nigeria. We don't need to travel out. But when any of them have it, they will travel out of the country to get the best health facilities and the doctors, to be the best medical doctors, India and the rest places. But they will tell us everything is on ground here. They are only deceiving us. Yes, they are deceiving us, but it's only God that will set us free from their hand. And we too we have our own part to play. When it is time for the election, we should be wise. Let us know who we are voting for. Let it not be one particular place from the southwest where I come from. They will say Tinubu. That is vote and half a pot of soup. How long does the pot of soup take you? You do a pot of soup that will take you for 3 days and put yourself in 4 years to bondage. Under our politicians. Look at our road. Sometimes you need to park your vehicle to go to the other side of the road on federal highway in Nigeria. So you go on point. We'll pray, let God help Nigeria. Thank you very much. That's my take for this morning.
Thank you very much, Mr. Paul, for your contribution. It's quite, I would say, devastating Because these people were elected by everyday Nigerian, and at the end of the day, the everyday Nigerian is at the receiving end, should I say, of
Always.
of negativity, not positivity. Because when a Nigerian does vote for someone for office, there are expectations that are there, you know, for them to provide basic necessities for the average Nigerian to live, when it comes to healthcare, when it comes to the education, infrastructure, you know, portable drinking water, affordable food and living costs, right? But then at the end of the day, when everything escalates more than it used to, then the Nigerian would ask, what's the benefit and what was the use of them being there? But let's hear from our caller. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining in.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for calling in. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Adamu from Georgia.
All right, thank you for calling in. Go ahead with your thoughts.
All right, for me, the issue is that some of the politicians are not even qualified to hear. Some of them don't know what they are going there to do. Okay? Because sometimes you'll find out that because of the zone system, when it comes to our zone, for example, whether I know what my people want or not, all I need is to get there. So when I get there, I will first of all think about myself. I will not want to know what would benefit my people. Are you with me?
Well, listen, go ahead.
Yeah. So I think, for me, I think most politicians or most people that are here does not know what the people want. That is the issue, as far as I'm concerned. Thank you.
Thank you for calling
very
in.
much.
I don't think it is, you know, not knowing what the people want, because they are also the people. I mean, for you as a leader to, you know, want to contest from your constituency or from wherever you come from, you are already in tune with the people. You know
supposed
the
to be
basic,
part of the community.
Absolutely, you know the basic issues facing that community. If it's water supply, if it's electricity, if it's, you know, lack of, you know, proper classrooms for, you know, for those children to go and learn. You definitely know, and that's the reason why you are even campaigning in the first place and using those things as a tool to, you know, seek for their vote. So, okay, we have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Thank you for calling in. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I need the issue, the topic that is on the ground.
Please, what is your name and where are you calling from?
I am James from Auchivian.
Thank you
I
for
am
calling in.
James from Auchi, Edo State.
Please kindly go ahead. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, concerning the issue. Concerning the issue that is on ground we are discussing about if Nigeria politicians are really taking advantage of Nigerians, I will tell you that Nigeria politicians are really taking advantage on the gullible Nigeria on a full blow. Because the reason why I'm saying this, first of all, let's take for instance, have you ever heard that the president of America or from any other Western world come to Nigeria to come and take bed rest in Nigeria, in the Nigeria health sector? No. Have you ever heard that any government or any member from the government in abroad, or let's say America, Russia, anywhere, they come and invest in Nigeria, they steal their money there, come and use it to invest in Nigeria? The answer is typical no. But you see, we Nigerians, until we begin to wake up to fight, just like what happened in Nepal and what happened in Bangladesh, until we begin to take back our country, we will continue to suffer and suffer in the hands of the politicians. I pray that one day Nigeria will wake up. They will wake up to fight this injustice that the politicians are doing to Nigerians. Imagine, do you think that Boko Haram, bandits, kidnappers cannot be wiped out of this country? To me, I don't see bandits, kidnappers, and all the rest as ordinary people. They are not spiritual. They are not spiritual entity. They are human beings. And the government has the power to fight them. The reason why the government cannot wipe them out of this country, I begin to sit down and think about it. No, just look at what is happening between Israel and Gaza. What is causing the fight? Gaza, they have terrorists that are operating in Israel. And what do you see? Israel take back their country by dealing with the enemies on a full blow. And even as the world is talking about that Israel committed genocide in Gaza, they don't even care because they want to save their people.
All right.
Want to save every member of their country. We just quiet and sit down negotiating with bandits. Can that kind of a thing happen in America? See, let's call a spade. Me, I see the government as the bandits and the kidnappers and the Boko Haram. This is just my contribution. Thank you very much. God bless.
All right, thank you very much for that. We'll be moving on to the WhatsApp messages that we have this morning. The first one is from Nandi Betty. He said on politicization of issues, that the Nigerian political class is redefining the concept of politics. For them, democracy is no longer government by the people and for the people. Democracy is now government for the politicians. They use every opportunity in government to score political points at the expense of the citizenry. For instance, when constituency allowance is used to provide basic amenities like potable water or opening of rural roads for the people, the politicians expect citizens to view such as favors being done to them, which should in turn be reciprocated by voting to re-elect such political office holders. Politicians are simply selfish. Thank you very much, Nandi Betty, for your contribution.
We have another message from Emmanuel Okon from Uyo in Akwa Abasi in Bom State. And it says, a pleasant morning to you. There is... All right. He said, a pleasant morning to you there in the studio. In your intro speech, you said it all. The insensitivity of the Nigerian politicians are just annoying. Why won't they take the citizens for granted when they were not voted into office? Why won't they buy SUVs to ply the same roads they have collected constituency money to fix? Simply because you can't threaten them with a recall notice for underperformance. The cost of living is rising daily. People are dying from diseases, banditry, kidnapping, and accidents from these bad roads, and no one cares. What is their own definition of leadership? Their pockets and families. And during campaign rallies, do you hear them put forth any meaningful policies that will impact on the lives of the citizens? Even when you hear such things, do they go near such for a possible implementation? See, the politicians make laws and the civil servants put these laws into implementations. So if they are taking such huge allowances as senators, why can't they consider the civil servant for a better pay? Theirs won't cause inflation, but that of the workers will. God will give us leaders and not these rulers that are only concerned with their welfare and that of their personal cultic chronics. Thank you, Emmanuel, for sending in your message this morning and sharing your thoughts.
All right, next up we have a message from David Igemba from Niger State. He says, good morning, presenter. The politicians are taking advantage of the masses in Nigeria because the poverty level is so high. Imagine what happened a few weeks ago during the rerun for House of Rep. They were sharing money openly.
All right, that is all we can take this morning, the phone calls and the messages to everyone who called in to share their thoughts and also sent in their WhatsApp messages. We appreciate you. Thank you for staying tuned to Daybreak on Trust TV.